Hello, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching today's program. Today we're talking about the full moon in Virgo, and it's actually around 14 degrees Virgo, and a little bit shy of 15 degrees. So what does this mean? Well, first let's do the Sabian symbol, okay? The Sabian symbol for this is a fine lace ornamental handkerchief. A fine lace ornamental handkerchief. What does that really, signify? Well, a fine lace, something delicate, something that someone has taken their time to elaborate on it. And a handkerchief. A handkerchief is a necessity. Well, we have tissues nowadays, but it was something to use for practical purposes. In fact, it was for our bodily functions, okay? Our liquids, fluids that come out of our bodily functions. So not necessarily something clean, but this is taking something that could be considered negative or dirty and putting a spin on it and making it nice, and yet realizing and accepting that it is all humans that are involved in something like that, yet let's make it as positive and compassionate as possible, because just because it doesn't seem to be good doesn't mean we have to put people down and put it in a corner, or it has to be ugly, okay? I mean, look at our bathrooms nowadays, right? People try to make the bathroom look nice, even though it's not exactly smelling like roses when people leave, unless, they're deodorizing or, putting the candles and incense in there. But we try. This is human nature, to try and make something better, okay? And not delve into the negative part of stuff. Now, this is something that's going to be used. So, knowing it's going to be used, someone still took the time to, elaborate on it, put fine details, and give beauty to it. All right? So this is an acceptance of who we are, of what we are as humans, what are the possibilities, and still saying, I like you. In fact, I'm going to turn that into something wonderful, okay? What great. So now let's go back to the full moon. The full moon, all right, we know it deals with endings. Now, this has been a, wow, goodness, this is an interesting full moon. Besides that, it's in Virgo. Virgo is a mutable sign. And let's just talk a little bit about Venus and Virgo. Virgo and Venus are mutable signs, which means that they can adjust, the flexibility. At the same time, it's not necessarily meaning it is going to stick, all right? So we have the detail-orientated Virgo, and then we have the dreamer, okay, the dancer of Pisces. And with all that, there's other energies going on. So Virgo is very detailed, all right? They're going to be the ones, your piano players, your instrument players. They can find every little nook and cranny. You thought you covered yourself. You thought you crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. My goodness, you're going to find out you didn't even dot your little J's, okay? Also. And yet they don't mean it to do it in a sense that they are superior. They do it in a sense because they themselves are very self-critical, in certain aspects, in certain sectors of their life. And so they think everybody else wants to grow too. Not necessarily in those same factors, but, one shows their love language in that form. Now, Pisces, okay, which is on the opposite scale, is more creative, is going to think of the big picture and is more or less already dreaming it, all right? And they are not looking at which journey they should take. They just know it's going to be there. They got an intuition that's incredible. Virgo's intuition gets sometimes interfered by practical purposes, okay? Well, we need to pay attention to this, goodness, they never leave off to a road trip because first you got to do the oil change. You got to make sure the tires are balanced. Do they have enough air, those tires? Is everything cleaned up inside? Goodness, I mean, everything. Do we have the right playlist in the car for this journey? By the time they decide to go, Pisces is already there, okay? So we need to remember that sometimes too much detail can bog down and actually create an obstacle, all right? Unless it's for our safety. That is very important. Now, with this full moon, we have many things going on. So let's talk, okay? We have Chiron is conjunct the full moon, and it's 17 degrees. So that means there's a lot of potential for healing. And that kind of potential for healing is going to be, once again, where we're going to be intuitive. Now, Pisces rules the feet. All right, so this is a good time for reflexology and really not directing the pain or the disease or the discomfort exactly on it, but instead perhaps going and directing it through something else. A lot of times too, a lot of people don't realize that maybe the pain in the knee is actually because of their kidney problems, because we're connected there, or their back pain is actually because of their intestines, and their headache is because of their intestines. You know, they're constipated, they're not eating correctly. Many people say, oh, well, it's because I have a slipped disc. Yeah, but if you're not overweight, if you're not constipated, then that slip disc is not going to affect that. But then that's for future when we talk about health. Let's get back to astrology. So we have a lot of different factors going on, and it's very important to understand and recall that. So let's continue here. We have, oh goodness, I don't know where to start. So many different energies. Okay. Let's just go here. We have the moon. That's conjunct Black Lilith. That is opposite the sun, which is conjunct Chiron. What does all that mean, all right? Well, first of all, before I continue, remember, if you have a personal planet or or your ascendant, the moon, any kind of luminary that is within 5 degrees, so it's going to be within 9 to 19 degrees, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or 9 to 19 degrees of a mutable sign, which is going to be Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. You are going to feel these energies, all right? Most definitely, okay? So, wow, that skims my Venus is 7 degrees. Missed it. Haha. Okay, so I'm bad, but I'm good. Anyway, so let's continue. So we have that opportunity to heal. And I'm looking here too. We got Reiki right next to it, which falls in that. So that is great. Reiki is right conjunct Black Moon Lilith with the moon. So we got these energies that are critical, but at the same time, it wants to get possessive a little and obsessive. And it's not going to allow people to feel stable, because what happens is they're using those emotions are being so uplifted, and it's going like, well, you know, I'm not sure about this, and it's creating a lot of uncertainty. Yet you know, Reiki, the asteroid Reiki there is saying, relax, give it to the universe. But because it's in Virgo, it's in, okay, you want hands-on relaxing. So this is a time we need to care for ourselves, to really stop, and instead of even analyzing anything, stop yourself, take a deep breath, do your Merkaba breathing, hold in for 5, and exhale through your mouth. And say, why is it so necessary to make a decision right now? What is the worst that's going to happen if I don't make that decision right now? And so when we realize that it's not necessarily important to make that decision immediately, then we're like, whoa, okay. You know, I had someone tell me yesterday, well, you know, I need to figure this out. And they were telling me, this person, a wonderful client of mine in their 30s, he's all telling me, well, you know, I'm only getting older. And I'm looking at him, and I'm many years older than he is. I'm going, according to whose time clock? You can still have, produce children way into your 90s. Look at Enrique Iglesias' grandfather. He did it before he died, right? In his 90s. So there isn't, in all these wives' tales and all these ideas that, oh, we need to make that decision now. Time is running out. Maybe people need to be more in the moment. Really breathe and see what's going on. It is okay to go slowly in life. I mean, goodness, remember, jobs have a probation period. They get to know you. They want to know what material. No one hires anybody without looking at their resume or their application, because we want to know what material is this person made out of and how can we have them assist us in our job, in our career, or vice versa. We know what material we're made of, and we're going to apply to a company or to a boss that can help mold us, because we see they are good with those kind of materials. But again, it takes time. If people are too demanding at this time, which they will be, they will backfire against them, and people will have no problem putting the stops, all right? And that is very important, because with all that's going on. But it is, if we go slowly and go little by little and address things, okay, with those concerns, we can do a lot of healing, and together do that healing. Now we have Saturn that's trine Mars, and that's also conjunct Eros. Now Eros is that lust, okay? It is not that love, it's lust. And we got Mars right there conjunct Eros, okay? And it's also conjunct, if I'm not mistaken, the South Node. So there's a lot of issues that are coming up from the past, dealing with our sexuality, passions, lust, drives, our masculine energy, our leadership energy, and how we go about using it, okay? And then we have, Saturn that's trying that. So it's trying to give us stability and say, let's go. Everything is fine. And because Saturn is in the mutable sign right now of Sagittarius, okay, it's saying it's all right and it's okay. But at the same time, we have Uranus that is conjunct Eros and Mars. So people are taking the initiative, not necessarily knowing where they're going, okay, and they're taking their drives and their passions and their lusts, and spontaneous things are happening, and it's all of a sudden, and they're making certain arrangements, and they're putting their foot down only to realize that it's in the sign of Aries, which is great for initiative, but not necessarily lasting. But because it's right there conjunct the South Node, it is asking us to make changes from the past, okay? And it's opposite the North Node, which means the North Node is there in Libra, which is all about relationships. So we got to, a lot of people are wanting to assert themselves and say, hey, look at me, this is what is going on, okay, within the relationships. Now, is this all something personal? Okay, no, because it deals with Uranus, because it has Saturn, and it's also being very much supported by Jupiter, okay, that's over there in Leo that we just felt a couple yesterday. All right, those are the outer planets, and anytime we're asking or talking about the outer planets, it's affecting the whole world, not just, Virgos or just Pisceans or Aries or Capricorns. It's affecting everybody. And more so if you have anything within 5 degrees, okay, so anywhere from 9 degrees to 19 degrees of a cardinal sign, which is going to be 9 degrees to 19 degrees Aries, 9 degrees to 19 degrees Cancer, 9 to 19 degrees Libra, 9 degrees to 19 degrees Capricorn, or any fire sign, okay? So 9 to 9 degrees Aries, once again, 9 to 19 degrees Leo, and 9 to 19 degrees, what's that, Sagittarius, okay? So those are the people who are going to really feel it, but we're going to see it and encounter it more as a world, okay? These ideas of love, these ideas of passion and drives are changing, okay? It's no longer a Piscean time. It's going into the collective consciousness, and it's demanding change. And it's very important because whatever we don't realize, that those changes, we will understand that they've been going on since 2012, because Uranus and Pluto, now this is where Pluto comes in, all right? Forgot to mention Pluto. He's like, hey, what about me? I'm part of the party too, okay? Pluto is hanging out at 15 degrees Capricorn. So it is squaring that whole group there, all right? So this group is actually dominating the energies more than the full moon. But so where people are demanding changes, Pluto's taking all that junk and psychological issues that our cells have been holding on to in the mitochondria, and it's so embedded into our DNA that we don't want to let it go because we don't like it, but at the same time, we don't know anything better. And, we have an expression in Spanish that says, mejor mal de saber que buen de conocer, it's easier to know already the worst outcome than it is to try something new. And that's not good. We really need to try something new, but we can respect our limits and boundaries and ease it up, because that is something the full moon of Virgo is asking. It's like, go ahead, but let's go slowly, trot it. And that's Saturn. Even though it's far conjunction, it is still conjunct because it's 10 degrees, is giving us that stability. But Jupiter and Uranus right there, they're loving it, they're partying, they're like, woohoo, putting it all together, because Jupiter expands that energy and just wants that major change. All right. And other people are like, whoa. Okay, slow it down. And those changes are all going to be psychological, dealing with relationships, okay? Because it is squaring that north node and the south node there, okay? So other things we need going on. We have Vesta that's conjunct Amor. So some of this is going to feel karmic. Okay, and yes, there's an asteroid named Amor. All right, and now we're no longer talking about Eros. Eros is right there, right next to Mars. Okay, but Amor, this is deep. I know a lot of Latinos or Hispanos, depending where you're from. Okay, they'll say yo te quiero, but literally that translates to I want you, querer. But they'll say it's love. But how many do they say amor? Te amo. All right? That is just so much more profound, more with depth, more with an unconditional giving. Te quiero means I want you. Okay, meaning I want you to satisfy my needs. But when we say te amo, I am so enamored. I am so filled with you to give you and apply to your love language, that unconditional love. There's a big difference, okay? And in English, we don't really have that. But a lot of people don't see unconditional love within their relationships unless it's with children or with pets, and even then with the pets, But we'll see pets and children, they want to give us that unconditional love. But many people, as we get older, because of we have Vesta that's conjunct the Amor and Vesta pair right there, and so we're seeing that, and that means it could be karmic, what's going on. So with Mercury conjunct that, there is a lot of communications and analyzing what's going on there. And since Mercury is hanging out there right in where is it, in Aquarius, the people are trying to detach and say, oh, it's not really about me or emotion, I'm just trying to be logical. But really, logic is when we use logic, we're really trying to hide the fears of our ego, okay? Because a lot of our actions, a lot of our drives are driven by our ego, and our ego is driven by fear and survival. Unfortunately, many people are first and second stage humans, not the third stage, you know, so we need to recall that. Okay, we also have, let's see here, I have the sun. That's we already said the sun is conjunct. Oh, and the sun is conjunct Neptune, which means it's opposite this full moon. All right, so things are a little bit nublious. We're not seeing things as clearly as we thought we were. So before stating things, before jumping to conclusions, before actually feeling and thinking that your emotions are real. Remember, our emotions are all driven by our perceptions, which are driven by our fears and guilt. Now, just take this moment and feel those emotions with love, and see before you speak, and see if that is something you are still interested in to address, okay? Let's see here. Wow, that was a lot of stuff going on. Now, thank goodness, in about a week, you know, it's going to be the last time for a while that Pluto squares Uranus. And that's a good thing, because we have been going through these changes since 2012. And all these other stuff is going on with us, because we also have two pending eclipses. Eclipse season is around the corner, and we have the eclipses are going to happen. Where are we? Okay, at the end, we have the 20th of March. Okay, and then we have the other one 2 weeks later. So it's eclipse season coming on. We can always feel the eclipses of about a month and a half before, until 6 months after. So thank you, and we're going to continue some more. Hi, so I'm back. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Okay, so we were talking about the full moon in Virgo, and how the Virgo and Pisces are hosting this full moon, because the moon is always opposite the sun, and the sun is in Pisces right now, and the moon is in Virgo. They're hosting this, and I say they're hosting this party because really what's making an impact, what's making an impact is the group of Uranus being there, Pluto, we got Saturn, and we also have big man Jupiter there, okay? So everybody's pulling their weight and wanting, you know, some attention. And on that too, we have Mars, you know, and Eros over there. And then we got Reiki and Chiron trying to do their job too. So it's just amazing what's going on. Don't take yourself seriously at this time. If you're taking yourself seriously, back up, take a deep breath. No decisions are need to be made right away, okay? Just understand, why are you agitated? What is it that's a concern of yours? How can you go about it by making it something not fear-based, and go about it with the approach of a win-win situation? If you don't like to use the word love, you know, but of a win-win situation. Then, perhaps then, address those concerns. Make sure it isn't because you're just being fearful and scared. All right? Because a lot of times that's what it is, because one doesn't want to allow their vulnerability. So now let's continue on. Okay, so now we have also the personal forecast, okay? So this whole changes and stuff is going on, Aries. You're going to feel the full moon in your 6th house of your everyday life, also with your pets, okay? If you have co-workers, or if you have people working for you, your employees, that's also something you need to be aware of. Your health also, okay? So it's a time to do some walking, do some dancing, be active, Aries. If you're not active, you're accumulating aggression, and you don't want to do that, okay? You really, really want to just share that in a passionate way, you know, not in an angry way. Be more Instead of defensive, offensive, just kind of be more of the observer and see what's going on. You know, there's those drivers that, you know, just kind of like, all right, just don't even participate. Don't even add fuel to that fire. You don't need it, okay? Got other things going on, especially with the eclipse coming up, okay? So really focus on your health. Focus on your spirituality, meditating, because with the next eclipse in a couple of weeks, you get the eclipses, even though it's at the end of Pisces, it's in the beginning of Aries. So a lot of you are going to be feeling this effect, okay? So moving right along, we have Taurus. Taurus, this is happening in your 5th house of romance, of children, have fun, entertainment, okay? And going out, dancing, going to see plays, you know, going to the theater, to the museum. Have some fun. Really enjoy yourself, okay? Don't stay home. Just and feel the romance. Give flowers, turn on the candles, use the good china, all right? Open the door. This is when you're courting someone, when we romance someone, okay? It's not like, hey, baby, I've seen you, all right, yeah, I guess so. You got time for, you know what? You know? No, not whatsoever. This is a time to really indulge in one another. Really feel the person. Really allow that sensuality to take over. You're a sensual person, Taurus, okay? You really know how to play with those senses. So go and indulge in it some more and share it with a partner, your children. When I say children, laugh, you know? Sing, have some fun, go to the movies, make some brownies, but you guys could just taste, you know, with some caramel on the, I could see it already. Oh, and some nuts in those brownies. Yep. Taurus, have some fun. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Gemini, 4th house. You're doing changes at home, okay? And you're changing yourself and also the way you associate yourself with the mother figure. If you're a woman, you perhaps, and you're a mother, you might be wondering, what is your place? Maybe you're going to let go of responsibilities, because remember, full moon is about letting go, all right? And realize, wait, I don't need to be so involved in that aspect of my child's life. If it's if you are not a mother, maybe you're concerned with your mother, what is going on, okay? Or how do you see yourself as a potential mother? This is also your hearth. What is going on at home? Maybe someone's leaving your home. Maybe you have a child that's, you know, a senior in high school, or they're 18, or they're ready to finish college. They're going to get their own place. Yay! That means you get to dance around naked and not care who is there. Have some fun, okay? And have some fun at home, Gemini. Really redecorate, do some new things that it really represents you. But also know what's going here, okay? And I say that because this full moon is in the mutable signs, and it's squaring you. So there's going to be some frustration there. And also because, Gemini, your nervous system, you know how that works, all right? Very prone to panic attacks, very prone to hysterias and breathing problems, okay? So really get grounded, you know, maybe wear some onyx, some hematite, garnet, okay? Stones that are really going to ground you and assist you. This is not the time to be wearing moldavite or things that are going to transform, because you already are going 100 miles per hour. Okay, so you're getting an opportunity to reestablish your limits and boundaries, and to really describe who it is, who are you. Okay, let's continue with Cancer. Cancer, this is in your 3rd house. This is your 3rd house of communication. All right, you're having changes going on with your communication. Also situations with your cousins or your siblings. And I shouldn't say or, it could be and or, okay? And in your neighborhood, surrounding neighborhood. So this is your primary education. Maybe you were giving a class, it is over, or you're going to start giving a class, okay? the way you interact, certain responsibilities, or certain activities you did with your siblings or your cousins are going to stop, and it no longer is serving your purpose, all right? And that is okay as long as, you know, it is on good terms. You don't want ever to leave it on bad terms, okay? And also the way you communicate. It's an opportunity to update your technology too, especially since Mercury is not retrograde. Remember, we don't like to buy stuff with Mercury retrograde there. Okay, let's see here. What do I got? Leo. Leo, this is happening in your second house, okay? Oh, by the way, Cancer, sorry, Leo. Cancer, cars, okay? Also, cars and taking distant trips. Very fun, okay? There you go. Chance to update your car. Leo, yes. How dare I take the attention away from you, Leo? Shame on me. Okay, this is one Leo. I know how that feels. But come on, you know, you gotta give a little to the Cancer there. Okay? Leo, second house. Financial issues. Your moral issues. How are you expanding your moral issues? And yes, you are, because you have Jupiter in your first house, and it's going to be going into your second house later on this year. And so your ideas already have been transforming because you've had an opportunity to expand yourself, to really reach out more. Hopefully it's not weight-wise, but it could be health-wise, height-wise. Perhaps you're reaching out more through the media, okay, or with other people, and learning more and accessing. And this is also an opportunity for your finances to expand since it's in your second house. So you're no longer being so close-minded. You're realizing that it's not all about us. I mean, you. I'm just joking. Okay. It's about everybody, because without an audience, there could be no starlet, okay? Without the public, without its people, the king is no king, all right? So remember that. And so this is an opportunity to reestablish how detailed you are. Get those finances together. See what's going on. Pay off a bill finally. That would be really nice, right? And get things settled. Okay, Virgo, this is happening in your first house. So you're stopping something that was really a major part of you. Maybe you're changing your hairstyle, glasses. Maybe you're going to add some jewelry, take away some jewelry, you know, certain clothing. But something that's going to be obvious in your appearance and the way you present yourself, all right? People are going to notice that difference in your demeanor. Maybe you're not going to be hunched over anymore. Take a picture of yourself. Look at yourself when you're just waiting in line or when you're in your car. That face says so much to people. That is your disposition. If you're just... that says that you are unhappy with yourself. You're not approachable. Okay? You want to be approachable. And ask yourself, why are you feeling a certain way? Remember, what comes out is very important. We say so much more without even saying a single thing. You know how you could tell a person by the way they're walking. Okay, so take all that into consideration, Virgo, especially because you're going to have a chance with Jupiter later on this year to expand yourself and to really make those changes, okay? So, let's see here. Libra, this is in your 12th house, okay? And so this is a time to reflect, be a little bit introspective, and see what changes you need to make. What is your connection with the universe? What is your connection with spirituality? All right? How is all that serving you? And remember, religion is different than spirituality. We're talking about spirituality here. And we're seeing how is it you're connected with Source, with the universe. Remember, we are all energy. Want to believe it or not, we are. It is what it is. And with this energy, it never ends and it never starts. So how are you using your energy? Are you being scavenger with your energy? Are you sharing the energy? Are you requiring energy from others and not in exchange? So really take that into consideration because you like to be fair. Also, the North Node is in your sign, hanging out in your sign right now. So it's all about relationships and harmony. And so you're trying to let go of things of the past. And you're trying to see, is it worth it? Okay. Do I want my relationship to continue the way it is now? Or do I want things to change? And so you're going to have to take those ideas and think about that, okay? All right. Let's see here. Scorpio. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Scorpio, this is happening in your 11th house of friendships. What's going on? You're reevaluating how you interact with your friends, okay? What do you need in a friendship? Why are the friends your friends now? How can you develop more? This is also, oh, now here it comes. Excuse me. Okay. What are your goals? The 11th house is also about your goals, okay? And charity work. So how are you developing those goals? Maybe you were so holding tight to a certain goal and you realize, wait a minute, it's ridiculous. I'm no longer that person. It would have been nice. And you're a fixed sign, so sometimes you don't want to let something go because you're like, no, then it's incomplete. I'm incomplete. But really consider, are you holding on to things that are actually serving you? Or is it because it is comfortable and well known? Now, you have a lot of stuff going on there, Scorpio. You just had Saturn hanging out in your sign and it's retrograding back into your sign, okay? Until, around June there, okay? And so you're going, everything you thought you had dealt with, it's coming back again. And you're like, no, just for a few months. It should be easy. All Saturn wants to do, all the universe wants to do is to make sure that the ideas and philosophies you have decided to implement into your life are working out for you. And if not, this is time to stop it and to readjust it, okay? That's all. Stay positive. Let's continue here. We got Sagittarius. This is happening in your 10th house of career. All right, and authority figures and father figures. So how is it that you're seeing yourself in your career? Maybe your boss is leaving. Maybe you're a boss and you're leaving, okay? Or you're getting an opportunity to be a new supervisor, all right? Or to have a position of authority. Check up on what's going on with your father. Make sure they're doing well and you're hanging out. Have a cup of tea, coffee. Some of you guys have a beer, a shot of tequila. I don't know what you guys do. But, go watch a baseball game together. Not so much because you actually like the game, but because you're hanging out. Sometimes, we always know women cry and say, I need attention. They're more obvious about when they need something. And sometimes men aren't, but it doesn't mean that men, our fathers, don't need that attention. So go ahead, Sagittarius, go hang out, go take them out, This is also an opportunity for you to see how you are seen through your boss's eyes. You're getting a chance to adjust that, change that. So maybe you've taken on a project and you're doing, certain work with that. And it's going to be working to your favor or you're done. But make sure you end it very nicely, okay? So let's continue here. Capricorn, this is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, long distance travel, okay? Other cultures, foreign lands, the up and beyond, like, I wanted to say Buzz Lightyear. I was going to say Fuzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear, would say, okay? And how is it you are connected with Source, all right? How are you connected with the universe? What puzzle piece are you, and how are you using your energies to the best to help shape the collective consciousness, okay? How, and now this is something a little bit deep, okay? Especially because you have Pluto hanging out in your sign, and it's been bringing out stuff, and it's not finished, okay? No, sorry, not until another 10 years in your sign. But it doesn't mean you're going to feel it the whole 10 years. You've a lot of Capricorns already felt it, and it's subsiding. But those of you who are in the middle of Capricorn are now feeling it, and you're like, oh no. Yes, it's needed. We all go through it, okay? So the last time this happened was during the American Revolution. So I know that those changes, what we thought were necessary, what we thought were conservative, aren't, and we need to readjust accordingly, okay? And so also know that because it's in your 9th house, it's giving you opportunities to share it, you know, with people from far away, distance. Maybe you're going to go travel, all right? Either for work, family, friends, or just because. And it's a good thing, all right? To let go and get out of yourself, because sometimes Capricorns, you can be heavy, you know. You need to just let go. And I'm not saying, oh, you're saying that life isn't serious. What I'm saying is life is going to continue with or without you. Things are going to happen with or without you. So, and I'm not saying you're not anything of importance. What I'm saying is, how important are you making yourself valid in the areas that mean something to you, all right, outside of conventional corporate slavery style of living? You know, what impact are you making? And that's very important, especially since we're now in the 5th dimension, okay? Very grounded, very good, but you are in developing. Let that go and think about it, you know, have have a cup of tea with it, you know, and, some pan dulce, okay? Let's see, Aquarius, 8th house. Okay, so this is happening in your 8th house. And in your 8th house, this is about transformation. You're getting an opportunity to transform the way you see things, okay? To come out like the phoenix, to be reborn, okay? If reborn Christian is your thing, great, but if not, that's fine, okay? But what you're going to be doing instead is you're going to be focusing on what is important to transform yourself. Also, this is a very important time that you can really look and finish off paying some debt. Yes, okay? And just finish it off, perhaps because of your taxes. And, you know, and so that's going to alleviate certain situations. Also, with your 8th house, it's the way you see yourself when you are involved in sex, okay? And sexual intimacy, your intimacy with yourself and with others. The way you see yourself and the way you project yourself is the way others are going to want to approach you. So if you are very negative about yourself, give yourself a break, give yourself a hug, and a kiss for self-love. And remember, okay, my belly dance coach Fatima would always say that. Kiss for self-love, okay? Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself some loves, all right? And be nice to yourself, because sometimes, you know, you can be a little bit too logical and detached. Get in there. I mean, yes, you know, solitary, you know, intimate interaction is nice and all, but it's even nicer when you share it with someone or with a friend, okay? But you cannot be detached when you're doing that, because it's an exchange of energy. You need to exchange that energy. If one person is always giving, then it's not an exchange. It's a depletion, all right? And that's depleted, and after a while, a person's not going to want to give that energy. So you have to consider your limits and boundaries. Are you exchanging or are you depleting? Pisces, this is in your 7th house, okay? And in your 7th house, Pisces, is partnerships. So the way you see yourself in a partnership, what kind of partnerships do you need? All right, you know what you're attracted to. You know what you want, okay? You know the one that goes, ooh, you know, hold on, I need a minute there. Okay, or they didn't see, you know? But what is it that you need? That's not really, you know, all those gestures I made, okay, are not really a partnership. That's attraction, that's lust, that's eros. Okay, a partnership is a balance. Okay, we give a certain type of love language or language, and they give to us too, to balance it, because there's a purpose. Remember, the minute people become into a contract, the minute they get married, they live together, that romance has turned into a business. There is a goal, all right? And to maintain that romance, you're going to have to work at it. So Pisces, what is it that you're looking for? You know, and really think about it, because is it serving you? Your relationships, are they serving you? In the sense now, I mean, I'm not trying to say use people, but is it to the positive, or are you just giving? Okay, and also consider too, because if you're going to court and you're dealing things issues with court, that is also a type of partnership, you know. I don't want to say an enemy, but the counterpart, you know, the other person there is also doing that balance, and you're both trying to feed off of each other for that balance. All right, so this is Sirena Nereida with your personal forecast for the Virgo, March 5th, full moon, and 14 degrees Virgo, and it's happening at 10:05 a.m. Pacific time. All right, so I'm going to continue in a little bit. Bye-bye. Okay, so the archangel for this full moon is going to be, because Mercury rules Virgo, is going to be Metatron, and also known as Archangel Uriel. All right, the one who is in charge of writing, media, vocabulary, historian, writing down all those wonderful thoughts. So at this time, if you need to call in the archangels, you're doing some healing, or if you're doing some writing, call in Archangel Metatron or Uriel, and that he will help you there. Okay, I know a lot of times when I do my healings, I like to call them in, because I like to make sure that I'm using vocabulary or phrases that the other person's soul can relate to, not just what I'm saying or what I can relate to. So while we've been talking about that, I've been here shuffling for the tarot cards. Okay, so we're gonna look at the tarot. We're just using the major arcanas. Okay, and for this one, let's see which one we have coming out. We already talked about the Sabian symbol. Okay, we've done the personal aspects. We've done the general, the planet general aspects, the personal forecast. So let's see here. Okay, and then we're going to do some herb and nutrition, and I'll go over some yoga with you and a nice meditation. All right. Okay. So our card for today's full moon is the Lovers. Oh my goodness, how apropos is that? Okay, the Amantes. And that is so wonderful. You know why? Because we're talking about harmony and relationships, even though it's a Virgo and Pisces that's hosting this full moon. We have, you know, the North Node in Libra, and it's, you know, opposite Eros and Uranus and Mars, yet it's conjunct, you know, Amor and Reiki there. So we are getting that there's an understanding of our relationships, okay? Also, too, is it's not just of any kind, because remember, there is a transfer of energy, and that is very important to understand. That transfer of energy is very necessary during this time. If one is not feeling that transfer of energy, that exchange of energy, all right, then many are going to want to put their foot down and say, no, I'm not getting involved, or this is not for me. But at the same time, we need to move forward. Remember, look at it's Mother Gaia there that's being, okay, there, embracing them, guiding them accordingly, all right? And that's what's important, always being blessed. You know, we have the energies of the sun rays there. We have the energies of the wind and the clouds, okay? When clouds, remember, carry what? Water, okay? So we have all of that, and then, of course, the ground. So very important. What is it? Okay, we're not just going by lust, because it didn't say, you know, sex. It says lovers. There is an admiration. There is an adoration a little bit, you know. I'm not saying to idolize someone, you know, to take the place of a god, but what I'm saying is there is a true, profound appreciation for that person. So here we go. We have the lovers. Let's put that aside. And on the oracle cards, okay, I was going to use right here the Wisdom House of Night. Okay, thought that would be good for Virgo. So, all right. So that's nice, huh? Having the lovers. So many things are coming into play. It just amazes me how one could be talking about astrology and then it's backed up by the tarot cards. And you see, I mean, I'm not having any cards up my sleeve, you know. I just, you know, what happens first, the chicken or the egg? Those energies just work all together when the angels, when Source, the universe, God, divine creator, you know, divine mother and father and universe, when they want us to know something, they'll let us know, no matter what name we give them. Isn't that awesome? I mean, they're less picky about certain things, okay, than we are. Okay, let's just shuffle this around a little. Hoping you're having a beautiful full moon. Okay. Let's see here. Whoops. And so what do we have here? The fledgling. And that's very nice because it's new. All right, when we have the fledgling, they're starting something. So this is time to start something new. And it's not to use the old methods, but the new ones. Okay, I'm not saying disregard the old methods, but it's time we can tweak those methods, okay, to be more updated. You know, maybe, for example, maybe you had a jacket and now you're putting a trim on it or you're blinging it to be more into this new millennium. What are methods in the way we deal with things in our relationships? Because remember, we have the lovers here of the tarot cards, okay, is how are we using that to our positive and to work with others? And so sometimes what has worked in the past, that's nice for the past, but we are all not the same person anymore. We have evolved, and who I was 5 years ago, I'm not this year, okay? And I probably won't be in 5 years, all right? So that is something we need to consider, because if we are constantly changing, we have to remember too that others are evolving and changing. I mean, our goal really to be third stage, you know, women and men. So let's put that aside and let's talk about the health. What is going on, okay? And in fact, just to add to that, I'm going to take out some yerba buena, some peppermint. I'm going to tell you, no matter what, since this is cold and flu season, cilantro, coriander, okay, eat a lot of it. It really helps break down the phlegm, okay, and decongest your lungs, and helps brings up all that stuff and help fight infection. That's just a little note on the side. So real quickly, during this time too, please be careful, all right, with your feet. Be nice to your feet. Have your feet massaged. Get some reflexology done, okay? Also massaging of your hands, all right? Because Virgo represents the feet. Do some dancing. Get out there, stretch, dance. What was that? Dance, I said, dance. Okay, I know there was a song back then. Anyway, let's stay to the point. And so be careful with acne and ulcers coming out and being aggravated, okay? Pisces are known to have that. And watch your addictions, okay? Make sure you're taking enough iron phosphate, especially around the full moon, because we're getting pulled, all right? Just like, you know, the oceans and the currents. Here for Virgo, anything of affecting your excretory system, which includes your intestines, okay, and anything regarding hernias, viscera, malnutrition, okay. Make sure that you're having enough magnesium. Before you take other supplements, you need magnesium to be able to absorb those other supplements. Otherwise, you're just taking supplements and your body can't absorb it. Okay, magnesium is the #1 mineral that is needed, okay, anywhere from 750 to 1,000. Remember, I'm not a doctor. Please go see your doctor. Okay, this is my disclaimer. You know, anytime you're going to start a new health routine, especially one for optimal well-being, and do notice that anytime you go through a detox, especially if you're doing it right around the full moon, that it can create flu-like symptoms because you're taking all that stuff and loosening. And if you're not drinking sufficient amount of water, it's going to get misplaced, those toxins. Okay. Other things you need to worry about too is appendix. Make sure you're detoxing it. All right. Lymphatic, your lymphatic system. Make sure there's enough oxygen going through your cells. And the best way for oxygen is if you're drinking a bottled water, stop. Don't touch it. Read it. If it's not a type of spring water or alkaline water, you are hurting yourself. You just paid someone money so you could make yourself sick. Now, it's the bottom line. Purified distilled water, both of those, no good. Only good if you were doing a detox for like 2 days and that's it. But otherwise, no. No. Because they have no minerals. They have no natural minerals, no natural vitamins. And so when it goes into your body, to digest it, it depletes the ready nutrients that you have in there. Okay? So, you don't want that. Stay away from that. Do alkaline water. You have better luck drinking tap water. With that fluoride, just decalcify that fluoride right here. That's it, baby. That's all you need to do, sweetie. Okay, do that and stop drinking that bottled water. Save yourself some money. I don't like the taste. Get over it. Okay, do one of those filter things that's better anyway. Okay, so anyway, just so you know, take potassium, and that'll help also distribute the lipid assimilation there. Okay, so during this time also, okay, let me look at my notes here. All right, so we talked about the abdominal region, the digestive, intestines, spleen, your nervous system, okay, your visceral and internal organs, and also about your adipose tissue, which are fat tissue, okay, your pineal gland, your adrenals and pituitary glands, all right, good detoxing. One of the good ways to detox is if you have a compress. So what you do is, in a jar, you pour your castor oil in there, let this soak in there overnight, close it up, you know, And make sure, no drag, flannel, socks. I use always that one sock that doesn't have a partner anymore. And then wherever it is, you put it directly on the skin, okay? You put a, ¿cómo se llama? The saran wrap. And so you put a saran wrap not all the way around, just so that way you're protecting your clothes, okay? So while you're watching TV, you're going to read a good book for about 45 minutes to an hour, put that on. Then after the saran wrap, you put a heating pad. You need to have something in between that heating pad and that compress, because if not, it's going to absorb the castor oil from the compress. You don't want that, okay? And so then you just sit. Now this is directly on your skin, and you just sit and enjoy a movie. Have a conversation. Now catch up on the phone, all right? Not when you're driving. Shame, shame, especially parents. How many parents I see doing that, and there's kids in the car, and then you wonder where they get it. Okay? Yes. All right. So now let's move in right along to oils and other things going on with the health of for Virgo and our good friend Pisces. Okay? So what we're talking about is the root chakra. Okay? And we're talking about the root chakra. Oh, and we're talking about the third eye. So the third eye and crown chakra because of Pisces. So root, because it's very interesting. Pisces rules the feet, but it also is so ruled by Jupiter, and so it's so connected to source. Okay, so it's that crown and the third eye right there. So, it's not an oxymoron. It's more or less that whole connecting there, They got dancing feet, moving around. So some of the essential oils. And I brought some of my oils this time so that some of you guys, I know some of you are women, can see and take out your oils and look, all right? So we have, let me see if I even have them in here. Okay, which ones I have. Okay, so good one for the Muladhara chakra is cinnamon. Okay, your cinnamon essential oils. All right, garlic, sandalwood, dandelion root. Okay, black pepper, rosemary, cedar, rosewood, ginger, cloves. I know I got cloves in here. Those of you who know me know I love working with cloves. It's a wonderful digestive aid. By the way, don't put cloves or cinnamon directly on your skin for the daytime, because it can actually create spots on you. So it's a nighttime oil, all right? So, or if you're doing, if you're making, some of you guys do those electronic cigarettes with the oils, all right? Just very little. You need very little. Also, too, we have paprika, chives, cayenne, patchouli, myrrh, vetiver, which is very good, also for relaxing. I know I have some of those in here. Anyway, I got a bunch of them. You got your vetiver, okay? And so, cypress, raspberry, cedarwood, frankincense, clary sage, okay? Even carrot. And then for the other two, we have, let's see here. We got violet, rose geranium, okay, great for the face. Camphor, sweet pea, heliotrope, lavender. Oh, I think I just finished my lavender. Okay, I can show you guys. Eyebright, juniper, mugwort, poppy, rosemary again, spruce, pine, oregano, thyme, majoram. Okay, and then for the crown, we have the gota cola, which is good for the face, lavender again, lotus, elemi. You notice there's some essential oils that you see that can go through all different types, of chakras, okay? Again, the frankincense, heliochrysum, you need very little if you're doing any tincture for the skin, because it can dry, okay? Jasmine, lavender again, vetiver. Myrrh, neroli, love neroli. Okay, rose, rosewood, sandalwood, spikenard, and spruce. All right, And so now let's go to some of the foods that can help you at this time. Okay. So we're going to start again with the Muladhara chakra for the foods. And so things that you can eat that will help you out are apples, strawberries, okay, red cabbage, ginger, carrots, beets, potatoes, parsnips, radishes, onions, garlic, beans, wheatgrass, eggs, meat, nuts. So we're talking about a lot of protein here, okay, peanut butter, spinach, and tomatoes. That just sounded like a good meal I was thinking about right now. Okay, you guys ever had omelets with spinach in there? I love it. That's a lot of good protein. Okay, wow, some onion and garlic in there. That tastes delicious. I'm thinking, you know, we might just do have a Spanish dinner, you know, a tortilla like they would call it. Okay, so now let's go to our third eye. All right, and we have right there is blueberries, red grapes, blackberries, so all the berries, raspberries, grape juice, wine, wheat germ, barley, alfalfa, cabbage, eggplant. Now this is a thing that most people don't understand. When we do the pineal gland, we're detoxing it, okay? So we don't really eat. We're detoxing, so we're going to use everything that alkalizes our body. So apple cider vinegar is good at that time too. Okay, for the Sahasrara chakra, all right, that's what we're talking about, is to detoxify, because it's more of a spiritual than physical time. Go ahead, eat a lot of dried fruits, you know, lychee, coconut, mangosteen, mushrooms. Be nice mushrooms, okay? And much sunlight, a lot of vitamin D, okay? Fresh air and water. And I'm going to be posting up the yoga for you up there, okay? And including it. But I know that I don't have all the yoga videos up. But remember, it's for the Muladhara chakra. And also for your pineal gland, your third eye, and your Sahasrara chakra, okay? And that is going to help. So at this time, I'm going to see if I could sneak in that video for the yoga positions, okay? Thank you. And then we're going to do the meditation. Hello, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Namaste, and thank you for watching and joining me with this yoga video. Today we're going to be doing yoga positions for the crown chakra, which is the Sahasrara chakra, okay? And we're going to start off with something easy, which is the mountain pose. And the mountain pose, okay, is we're going to just extend. Make sure you are hip width apart, shoulder width apart, hands out. And you're just going to sturdy yourself. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. If I go to the side, you'll see the knees are slightly bent. You're not going to go this way because then you topple over. So staying straight with the knees slightly bent is very important in mountain pose. So you go right here. Again, the shoulder, hip width apart. Hands out. And the whole purpose of mountain pose is to ground yourself. So make sure your chin is parallel to the floor. Nose is straight. We do not want none of this and none of that, okay? All right. And make sure you're tightened up. And make sure also that you are not with your tush in the air, but you're down. So make sure it is all straight and aligned. You need your governing vessels all aligned. And you are taking nice deep breaths into your abdominal region for 5. So let's do that. So slowly inhale through your nose. Maintain. Exhale through your mouth. And that is going to be your mountain pose. Doing a mountain pose in any of these poses, remember, start off 3 times doing the Merkaba breathing, get it all the way up to 7, it'll be wonderful. But it's okay if you only even just start with 1. 1 is a great start to get that going. And remember, the whole purpose of really yoga is to get that oxygen breathing. From mountain pose, we're going to move now to tree pose, okay? Tree pose is really nice. So it's almost kind of like a flamenco pose. You're going to have the one leg, and we're going to do one leg up here, okay? And so this is your tree pose. Now, if you're flat-footed, not fat, flat-footed, you might have some trouble balancing, and that's quite all right. You want to make sure that your knee is extended outward, okay, to give you that balance. If you want a nice, good challenge, bring the leg all the way to the inward, okay? So, we're going to do that. And make sure you have your elbows extended for balance. And again, you're going to do it for a total of 5. Inhale, maintain, and exhale. Now, whatever we do on one side, we need to do on the other side also, okay? Balancing is always one of my most parts that I need to, even when I was in gymnastics as a child, to work on. So we're going to have some fun seeing how well I can balance on this side. So again, we're going to take this leg, okay, and we're going to go inward, okay, and make sure the knee is extended outward. Now, if you want more of a challenge, bring in the foot all the way to the inward of your inseam, okay, high in your inseam, and bring your arms together. And so again, we're going to inhale for 5. So breathe in through your nose. Maintain it. And exhale through your mouth. Again, if you could do this for 3, starting off with 3, that's great. You want to build it up to 7, even 10. That is awesome. Our next pose, okay. Wow, I just have a blank. The white light just got to me. Okay, the next pose that we have here is half lotus. So let's make sure. Half lotus is really nice because we're going to put the foot upward here, and then we're going to get the other one up on top also. And again, we are going to open up our rib cage area because of our lungs. Okay, and we always have our hands over our heart, all right? So that way our heart chakra is also being ignited. And we are breathing in. And again, we're doing the Merkaba breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And exhale. Whatever we do with one side, we need to do to the other side. So now, we have to put this one down and lift with the other. You'll notice that sometimes we have an easier way, okay, for 1. I know my foot always slips when I do that one, okay? And so we're going to breathe in. Remember, we're not breathing, filling our chest in, just our abdominal region. And we're releasing. Okay, we're going to move on to the next pose there. And the next pose is I got for this chakra is, I don't know which one to do first. We got, we're going to do plow. So plow, okay. Plow's really nice because we're going to just go over and we're going to see if our cameraman is paying attention that I fit into the whole picture, okay. And we're going to go over and nice, okay. And make sure the toes are pointing. Do not bend the knees. Keep it straight. Keep it nice and straight there. Okay? And you're going to breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And release. If you want a really good stretch, push it over even more. Keep the legs straight. Okay? Great. So, we also have fish pose there. The fish pose is really nice and easy. You're going to relax here, okay? You're going to put in your elbows and you're going to lift. So, right back. And you you're going to breathe in for 5 as always. And as you exhale, you come down. All right? Also, too, you're going to do the forward bend. When you do the forward bend, all right? If you have trouble reaching all the way over, you could cheat and maybe grab onto your pants, okay? But really try and make the effort to go all the way forward and hold. So, and if you could bring it in even more, great. And release and come up. Make sure after you do the stretch of forward bend, because of the back of your thighs, that you stretch it, okay? You want to make sure you shake it out. You shake it out. Another one also we have there, thank you, we got is, okay, we did the plow and we did the forward bend. We have the headstand, and the headstand, you know, if you want to use something to help you with the headstand, that is possible. And so here we're going to just show you how you can use a tree or anything possible to help you with the headstand. Ideally, you want to do the headstand, you know, free, okay? But if not, it's always good to have something. So when you do the headstand, and we're going to have our cameraman come to the side over here and follow through. Okay? So, you're on your knees, and you want to get as close as possible, okay? Lift. Make sure back is straight. And you're holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe down. When you come down gently. Slowly lift up. You don't want to get a head rush. Okay? And so this has been your yoga for your crown chakra, and thank you for joining me. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Namaste. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and all your energy and body needs that you need. Well, thank you for watching. Today we're talking about our root chakra, and we're going to do yoga poses for the root chakra. So remember, with every time we do yoga, okay, make sure that you're not doing it within 4 days of an eclipse, and that you're doing it with deep Merkaba breathing. That's the whole purpose. It's not a competition. I keep saying that over and over. The breathing is more important because you want to get oxygen within your body. Okay? So, the first thing we're going to do is mountain pose. When we do mountain pose, we're going to make sure our legs are hip width apart. Okay, so you're not together, no, and you're not all the way out the shoulder. We're doing hip width apart. And you're making sure that you are really nice planted, like a mountain. And you're just having your hands straight out to the side, okay? So for those of you who are bilingual, this is la postura de la montaña. Shoulders are back. And when we're doing that, we're going to make sure our tush is inward, stomach is flat, okay? And we have the knees slightly bent. If you have your knees too tight, you're going to go forward or you're going to go backwards. So slightly bent gives us balance. Again, so we have, I got this wonderful little fly following me. Okay, so we have our legs width apart, knees slightly bent, tush in, stomach flat, shoulders back, chin parallel to the floor. And you're going to take a nice deep breath into your abdominal region. So now we're going to look bloated or pregnant, okay? So we're going to breathe in for 5. So, ready? Let's go. Maintain it. Exhale. And so that is mountain pose. You want to do that at least 5 times, okay? After mountain pose, let me see my list here. I we're going to sit down. Make sure that you're nice and straight, back straight, okay? Toes are pointed. And we are going to take a nice deep breath in. Take the breath before you bend down. So you're breathing inward. And now exhale. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold for 5. Now exhale. And hold for 5. And breathe in. So you're going to do that at least 3 to 5 times. If you reach 7, I know some people like 10. That is awesome. Again, you do what you can do. After that, please shake it out because you have stretched out the back of your thighs and your hamstrings, okay? So stretch all that out. Your meridians need that oxygen going. Okay, now when we're doing forward bend, there's something called deepening of the stretch. So I'm going to go to the side. And for those of you, okay, so when we breathe in first, okay? We're going to actually put our hands in prayer position back here. Elbows out. Breathe in, inhale for 5. Hold for 5. And exhale. And really nice, feel that stretch. When you feel that stretch, you're going to feel it nice right back here. Back of your legs, all the way to your feet, to your toes. It is great. Okay, so that is deepening the stretch there. All right. The next one we're going to do for the, looking at my notes, the next one we're going to do for the Muladhara one is going to be fierce pose, okay? So fierce pose is we're going to take mountain pose and we're going to add to it. So we got mountain pose, you're nice, balanced, stable, and now we're going to reach up, okay? And we're actually going to do a little stretch, keep the stomach inward, okay? So that way you can see the nice stretch. Don't push it out too much, just enough. So breathe inward, so inhale. Make sure you look bloated. Okay. Hold for 5 and then exhale. Again, breathe inward. Hold. And exhale. And that's deepening the stretch. You should feel it in your legs and in your arms. Ooh, it's getting cool. Okay, the next one we're going to do, we did the bends, we did the mountain pose, fierce pose. Okay. Okay, and the triangle pose. So triangle pose. We're going to do triangle pose right now. Let me just throw on my jacket. It's getting cool out here. Can we see me even though it's getting dark? All right. Okay. How are we doing, everybody, for the Muladhara? Remember, this is your Muladhara chakra, your root chakra. Nice base. So, for your triangle pose, get a little bit more than width apart. Feet should be facing forward, okay? And you're going to just do all the way and stretch, okay? Take a nice deep breath. And release. Feel the stretch in your inner thigh there. The key is not just to stretch and get up, but to hold and breathe through it. When we breathe through the pain, and it's not a pain, it's a stretch really, that is when we are giving more oxygen to our body and it becomes even easier. So inhale, hold for 5, and exhale. Want to do more? We reach inward. You can also go this way. Come up slowly. Please come up slowly because there has been a lack of oxygen to your brain, especially those women or people who are anemic. When you are anemic, you get dizzy, vertigo, much more easier than other people. What is anemia? A lack of iron, which means a lack of protein, really. Okay, you can get all your protein, chard, spinach, peas, nuts, besides your meats and chickens, okay? And so, what we do to one side, we must do to what? The other side. So, let's take a nice deep breath. And we're gonna release. So, and we're gonna stretch it over, okay? And again, you're trying to feel the stretch in the back, here, in your inner thigh, and your leg. Get the stretch, open this up too, okay? Make sure you're all nice and open. If you feel, breathe into your shoulders, breathe into the areas. Just when you inhale, feel the oxygen penetrating and traveling throughout your body. And thank you. This has been the different poses for the Muladhara chakra, your root chakra. Again, the whole purpose of your root chakra is to be grounded. My buddy the tree here, a lot of you have met before, okay? And so you want to stay grounded. The Muladhara chakra is all about that. You need to inhale. People who stand too much like this or who are always like this, they're not grounded. Many people are overweight because they're looking to be grounded because their character, their personality is not grounded. So instead of always relying on food, okay, or other people to ground you, grounding yourself through yoga and through discipline and changing your one's perspectives is much easier and better and healthier for you and for everybody. It's optimal well-being, okay? It's not necessarily the length of your life, but the quality of your life during that length, okay? So once again, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Namaste and chaucito. So now we're going to talk about some of the crystals that one can wear, okay, before we do the meditation. Some of the crystals one can wear to help ground themselves during this time, all right? Pisces is very, again, because of the crown chakra and the pineal gland, healing. Amethyst, all right? You see a lot of healers, we wear amethyst, okay? So that way it can take that energy that we ask for from Source, our Divine Creator, and we share it. And it's a very, very healing, nurturing, and it's a soft energy. It's not one that's bombarded and all of a sudden it hits. I'm going to just move this just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Also, too, is besides amethyst, turquoise is good. Okay, because it helps ground during this time for Piscean, and tourmaline. And then we also have the different, oh gosh, I can't think of it right now. Clear quartz is good, and also even rose quartz. And we're going with the Virgo, the rose quartz once again, okay, opal. And we have onyx, hematite, okay, amber, aventurine. Excuse me, a lot of talking with this program. So we did aventurine. Also, let's see here. Peridot, okay, and and to what I have on here. I'm like, why don't I just look at what I have on and share it, okay? So let's see, I have the amethyst and the aventurine. So that really is good grounding stones and helps to use the energy to the fullest, okay? Great, so now, go ahead, pause the video, get your mat, find a nice, comfortable place, put on some wonderful binaural beats, okay? That will really help, all right? And some sakis. We're going to do meditation. A lot of times when we stop moving around, we sit and we're connecting with source. What happens is we get cold because we are not activating our internal heater, okay? So once you're ready, then come back and restart the video and let's start the meditation. Excuse me. So now that you're back, let's start, okay? And it's my pleasure. So, take a nice deep breath in, those nice inhale for 5 into your abdominal region. Make sure you exhale through the mouth. Keep your tongue where your teeth and your gums meet, on the inside of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, the palate. Make sure your eyes are up towards looking at your pineal gland. And at this time, breathe in again. And release. And while you're there in your pineal gland, in your mind, we are going to look and we're going to feel. We're going to do the animal spirit with the little child in us. Not the adult, but the little child in us. Good, good, good. Breathe in deeply. Keep breathing in. At this time, if you drop down, keep your eyes closed but upward towards your pineal gland. Drop your mind down into your heart chakra. Let that elevator open. It's like you're out there at a zoo. You're a little girl or your little boy, the little child in you, and you're at the zoo. Why at the zoo? Because they have more variety of animals, okay, than I would say at the desert, the jungle, okay? And let that little girl, that little boy, that little child of you just go, what do you want to get? The peanuts to be able to feed the animals? The cotton candy? And as you walk around the zoo, you're smiling at the animals, you notice that some of the animals are following you. And you feel very safe at this time. Because we have called in Mother Gaia, Father Space and Time, our divine creator, all that is. Our archangels, Michael, to protect us during this time, meditation. Archangel Uriel to give us the magician words that can appeal to our souls. And then Archangel Raphael to heal. Calling your angels, all the ascended masters. Look at them. And if you know your animal spirit guide, then go ahead, call them in, and your ancestor guides too. And so we're at the zoo. We're walking around, and we are safe, protected, and we know that we're loved. We are very loved. And while you're walking around, remember I said, some animals are starting to follow you. You haven't even noticed yet. You stop and you look at the bears. Remember, you're safe, protected, loved. And listen to what they tell you. I have white polar bears right in front of me. And listen to their message. The first thing that comes to you, that's their message. Give them a little bow. Tell them thank you, shukriya, namaste. And continue walking and think about their message to you. And now we're going to move on to the atrium there. Look at all the different birds. And which birds are talking to you? Listen to what they're saying. Listen to the sounds they make. Look at their flight pattern. Hopefully it's not a small cage. Hopefully it's open wide so they can fly around. And are there any other birds talking to you? I'm pretty sure they're more than just one kind. Put your hand out, see if it'll land on your fingers or on your shoulder. Keep breathing. And let that little child be safe. And you're telling the birds, okay, you're gonna go. Welcome to join you, but you gotta keep walking. So we walk further. As we walk further, we're going through the desert animals. We got lions, tigers, cheetahs, hyenas, leopards, pumas. Okay? Are any of them talking to you? Maybe they're even asking you to sit down, spend some time. Okay? Just listen to the different things they tell you. All the different messages and what they're telling you is for you to love yourself more. They're giving you messages and secrets of the universe. Remember to keep breathing. Inhale for 5. And then from there you're going to go now, and we're going to see our fellow orangutans, monkeys, lemurs, gorillas, okay? And see which ones that are there. See which ones you can relate to. Remember to keep inhaling. Maintain that Merkaba breath in your abdominal region. And release. And so now we are with our fellow monkeys and orangutans and gorillas, like we mentioned, our primates. And which ones are talking to you the most now? Which ones are applying the most to you? How do they interact with you? Now for each one of us, different primates are going to appeal to us for different reasons. And if you did this meditation again, it could be a different type also. It's the time and space and what our soul needs to hear. So thank them. And now we're going to get up and we're going to keep walking. And we're going to go with our rhinoceros and elephants and giraffes, our zebras, camels, even horses. And see which ones apply to you. Alligators and crocodiles. Just keep breathing. And if nothing comes to you, that is quite all right. Then just enjoy the scenery of being at the zoo. And now we're going to get up and we say bye to those wonderful animals. We're going to keep walking. And with all that candy you had from the beginning, if you had some candy, let's drink some lemonade to detox that. Hopefully it's with stevia, not sugar. Okay, to cleanse out the body. Cleanse it all out. Detoxify. This is a good time. Good, good. Eat some fruit, some vegetables. We're not finished with our zoo yet. Because the energies of Virgo, we need to keep ourselves walking, staying grounded. Okay? Yet being flexible. kind of like the branches of a tree. And now let's go walking again. Let's go to the reptiles and look at the snakes that they have there. Are there any kind of snakes in particular? Are you repulsed? Are you embracing? Are you curious? Are there any lizards, iguanas that interest you there? And we're not hungry, we're just looking and receiving messages. Remember to keep breathing and enjoy. Sometimes the message is just that particular animal or species talking to you in the first place or caught your eye. And now we're going to go further, but this time it's a very special zoo because it also has water animals. So we get to see the penguins and dolphins and the orcas. See which ones apply to you. What messages are they telling you? The little child in you. I know they're sending you love, asking you not to be so critical of yourself. Telling yourself that you are always worthy. Telling yourself you're always deserving. Telling yourself you're always loved, no matter what anybody else says. Remember, they're only human. How are they really going to know? We put our trust sometimes so much into certain people who they themselves don't know what to do with it. We cannot expect them to nurture us. Tell that little child. Now that that child is there, before it leaves, it has all the animals that was talking to her, they're following it out. Embrace them all. Thank them for being there. Thank them for talking with you. And now you know you have more than one animal spirit guide. Every one of those that stood out and said something to you. Is there at any time when you need them. Make sure you keep breathing, nice deep Merkaba breathing. Inhale and hold. As you exhale, exhale through the mouth and push it out. Pull in your abdominal region, your muscles there. Again, breathe in, inhale through the nose. And exhale. And one last time. And exhale. That was good. Slowly, when you're ready, you may open up your eyes. This has been wonderful, and I'm very, very privileged that you invite me into your lives. And it is with such kindness that you consider and watch my program. I will have much more to say coming the eclipse season, because it's going to be a nice ride. Just be gentle with yourselves this next month, okay? There's a lot of things going on. Don't take yourself seriously, all right? Especially regarding relationships. No need to make a decision right now, okay? We got time. We always have time, all right? And there's no need to rush. So, as we do, please give yourself a hug, a self-hug, a kiss for self-love. Give yourself some tender. Give that inner child of yours some love, okay? And I appreciate all your comments, and I'm also very, very thankful for all the donations that I get. Some people think it's silly, but that 50 cents makes a big difference, and it's wonderful. It shows how much you appreciate my time and effort in these programs and the research that I do. And not just when you do, you offer to anybody, okay, that you're being educated and getting something from, you know. It's always nice to a little tip, okay, because that's that wonderful exchange of energy. Also, remember us for Quipo Hula, for your hula performances, Hawaiian hula performances, okay? We're always available. Let us know, ages 4 all the way to 87. And we're available for parties, birthday parties, corporation parties, corporate parties, office parties, fun parties, okay? Bachelorette parties. Let's see here. The clothes stay on, all right? Let's see what else. Any kind of venue, you know, that Hawaiian month, all right, for May Day. You know, so anything that you can think of, you know, you ordered pizza, Canadian, with some pineapple, call us over, you know, we'll do a dance for you, okay? So, this is again Sirena Nereida from Celestial Soul Wellness. Again, thank you for having me. Shukriya, namaste, Josito.